Okay. Hi,
Yeah,
Eric.
morning. Yeah, morning.
Yep.
Okay, today our topic is about the the meat. Yeah, how meat actually affect the environment and whether the whether eat more meat can actually hurt the planet. Yeah, and this video is regarding um yeah there's a statement on the YouTube title, which is the video, and it stated actually uh eating more meat, eating more meat will not hurt the planet, and also eating less meat will not save the planet.
Mm,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think I need to correct. Yeah. I need to correct. This. Uh. Yeah. The YouTube title is "Why Eating Less Meat Will Not Save the Planet," and I think the point here is eating less meat will not save the planet, but it doesn't mean that eating more meat. But it doesn't mean that eating more meat will not hurt the planet. Just
mm,
like mm, uh, you work hard, you work hard, and then you may uh will not get you rich. Okay,
mm.
working hard will not get you rich. But if you didn't work hard, does it mean that you will become rich? No. Yeah.
Yeah, for
So
sure
I think
not.
this is a very important point that we have to bear in mind. Yeah.
Mm,
So this topic and this video is kind of like debunking why some people keep telling us, suggest us, advise us eating less and less and less meat. But actually, the thing is so complicated. They are just kind of like simplify the things and say that you eat less meat and then you will save the planet. That's Is it so easy? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So so this is my overall understanding for this the topic. How about you?
Yeah, for me, I think for this topic, it's sort of, uh, yeah, a few myths here. The myth here means something which previously I was not sure, or maybe I'm not aware of it. Yeah, before watching the video.
Hmm. What are those things? Is it the fit things? Oh, sorry. Is this the fighting? Which is the first is eating less meat really a solution? And
Mm,
second is do cows really take all the water? And the
mm,
third is do cows really take all our food? The fourth is do cows really take all of our land? And then the fifth one is why global numbers are misleading. Yeah, is it within these fightings?
yeah, yeah, related.
Yeah, and yeah. So why is the mm, yeah. So what is the thing being solved in your mind after watching this video?
Okay, firstly, is this like you said just now, eating uh less meat, and then it will not save the planet. It is more complicated. And previously, I just think like eating less meat is just the same like using less paper. Yeah, but the
Mhm.
paper isn't the same, right? Because if we don't use paper, maybe we record it in our computer or some online platform, then no paper will be used, and maybe you can still account for some electricity. Yeah. But I think that is still not as complicated as the meat one, the case of the meat.
Yeah, and then the marginal cost, uh, the ma- the marginal cost is very very little if you use just now what you say the online platform, and then you didn't use a physical paper, you record in your notes, you record in your phones. Yeah. You will use the battery, you will use the electricity. But the marginal cost is very, very little compared to you need to cut the tree, you need to process this, you need to extract the woods, and the whole process involve how many machines, involve how many people, involve how many workers. Logistic, transportation, marketing. Yeah, they need to sell you the A4 paper. Yeah, wholesale, retail. Yeah, how about the government tax, tariff? Yeah, import tax, output tax. Yeah, so all of these things is also a cost. It also needs people to control, to manage. Yeah, in order to bring the paper onto your hand. Yeah, so the process is very, very long process. If you look at the like the note, yeah, Google create a server. Yeah, he built a server infrastructure way, and everyone connect connect to the internet, and then we can access to their server. We can use their applications. Yeah, and yeah, all these things is actually already the infrastructure already being built out. Yeah, and now consider about the marginal cost. Okay, you say, okay, about the paper industry, yeah, all the machine already built, all the labor already hired. Okay, but how about if you want to produce 1 ton? Yeah, or maybe produce let's say you want to increase let's say 1 pack of A4 paper. How you do that? You need to find the material cost. Yeah, you need to find the material, which is the wood. Yeah, so you still need the wood, but how about the record your notes in digital form? Marginal cost is almost zero. Yeah, 10% using the platform versus 100,000 of people using the platform. The marginal cost is very, very little. Yeah, of course, the big cost may increase because the server. Okay, it depends. Yeah, it actually depends. Yeah, whether the server need to record your data into their database. Yeah, allow you to log in, or maybe it's just a simple application. You don't need to log in. Yeah, and it's a very simple apps like write something, record something in the digital form. Yeah, so the marginal cost is very, very little, and you don't consume the natural resources. Yeah. So yeah. So go back to a topic. Yeah, eating less meat is really it's really not that simple when you consider about the climate change, when you consider about the environmental sustainability. Yeah, you may eat less meat, but people still need to eat something. They still need to eat food, and you convert all your foods to the plant-based. It may take more land, okay, and then the soil may degrade. Yeah, and then how about you need the compost? Where you get from? Yeah, in the video it mentions about like 50% of the compost, of the fertilizer is actually come from the animal, right?
Yeah, the manure.
Yeah, and okay, so okay, and I believe some of the video some of point in the video, we actually tend to agree. We are being highly convinced, and also there are some point which is we 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 couldn't uh, we couldn't believe. We still have our doubt. Yeah. So what is the most convinced point of things you learned from this video?
From this video, I think maybe firstly is the things that the land, which is, if it is not for uh, feeding the animal, it is for not for becoming animal farm, and then we can use them to grow other things. Yeah, for this part, I think it has been confirmed not only in this video, it is in our previous topics, which is the one
Grazing,
about
right?
yeah.
Hello? Yeah, the holistic management. Yeah.
And also
Yeah.
actually also in my after watching the video, I also think of holistic management, which is like, if we don't have these animals, then how about how to keep the land from getting desertification, right? We also need to do something else, because the nature has already been changed. We suddenly remove so many animals, so the land, it won't function as usual. Yeah, it will also change according to that.
Yeah. And also how you okay how you okay let's say when you bought a piece of land, of a very big piece of land, and it is you want to convert the jungle. This is a jungle, and then you want to convert the jungle to the agriculture land in order to grow something, grow your
Yeah.
crops, grow soy, grow the corns, grow rice. Yeah. How do you do that?
Yep. Firstly, I need to cut down all the tree. Yep. And then maybe also need to do something with the soil. Yeah, because it must have a lot of grasses on it, and maybe
Yeah.
it is not fertilized enough to grow something. Maybe I need to do something before growing it.
Yeah, and also the animal, maybe including the microorganism, actually live in previously live in the land, will be uh will be killed, right? Or will be like asked to go asked to go other ways, asked to go elsewhere. Yeah. So yeah. So this is my question. Why jungle? Jungle also have a lot of animal. Yeah. And yeah, and if you live in the forest, if you live in the jungle, you probably can survive if you have some technique. You can build your house. Yeah. You can maybe you can like like catch some chicken and then grow in your farm. Yeah. And then yeah, you can do all the things. Yeah. So, and also try to think that why in the jungle it is kind of like a small ecosystem, why it can survive for so many decades, maybe not just decade, yeah, but a century. Until humans go destroy it in order to grow the crops. Yeah. So how about you increase the animal in the jungle? What will happen? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you mean that we still live in the jungle, or?
No,
which
I mean,
case?
yeah, I mean, if we look at the small ecosystem, what if one kind of animal increase in quantity?
Yeah, it could be a little bit complicated, and it can also have the case like if, let's say, the type of animal increase is uh um if it is, let's say, it's the top of the chain,
Yeah,
then maybe they will find insufficient food supply, and then those animals at the middle or at the lower of the chain, maybe the number will also be reduced significantly. And until one day, maybe the top of the chain, they also couldn't survive.
yeah, they
And
will die.
yeah,
Or,
maybe I
or
would whether all of them were distinct, but yeah, maybe it's close to distinct.
mm. And okay, I think is the scenario will play like this. If let's say the lion or maybe the top of food chain animal, the quantity increase, and then their food source, maybe the cow, maybe the cattle, maybe the goat, the quantity could be reduced because more lions eat more cow, eat more
Mm.
goat. And how about the third one?
What do you mean the third one?
Okay, maybe the grasses, yeah,
Oh, grasses
will
increase.
grow, yeah, will actually grow more, right? Because a less and less cow eat the grasses, yeah. And if you look at the longer food chain, for example, first is the grasses, and then we have the rat, okay, we have the rat, and then we have the snake, and then we have the eagle, yeah. What if
Ego is at the
the
anyway.
hello? What?
Yeah, I mean, ego is at the top already, right? In the
Yeah. Eagle is at the top, yeah. Mm. And yeah, so let's say uh uh the the eagle quantity increase, and then the snake quantity will reduce, and then the rat quantity will increase,
mm,
yeah. And so maybe at this time the eagle need to find, yeah, need to change another food.
mm,
Maybe the eagle start to eat other foods, start to eat the rat, and then it evolve, and then the snake slowly gain back. And also because now snake, the quantity of the snake is very little, and then the rat, the quantity of the rat is enormous. So if some snake, they are very good at hiding, they are very good at avoiding the predator, they can survive easier actually because the food is abundance, yeah.
mm, right.
So the nature will kind of like balance itself. It won't like lose the balance and then fall into the negative feedback loop, and then one type of animal would die eventually, yeah. Sometimes it will happen, and it's not only sometimes, quite a lot of time, yeah.
Mm,
Many animal already couldn't see in the current world, couldn't be seen in the
mm,
modern world,
yeah.
yeah. But those animal is the animal need to consume too much of energy, yeah. They need to consume too much energy, and then they couldn't feed back to the planet. And you see most of the animal, they become disappear, it's not at the lower chain. It's not at the lower chain. It's at the normally it's at the highest chain, right?
Hi.
Hello?
Yes. Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
a bad connection.
Take tigers,
Yeah.
for example.
Yeah. So it's at the top chain. It's not the elephants. Yeah. Of course, now elephants is going to die. Why? Because because of human action. Yeah. And for example, like the giraffe, for example, like the sheep, they are not going away. They keep enough quantity to grow. Maybe they couldn't grow to the normal level, but they won't disappear. Yeah. If there's no predators, or we say lesser predator, and they can grow back to the normal not a normal quantities of, actually they can increase. Yeah. So the thing is really complicated. It's not that simple. And so right now I'm not sure about our planet, whether we have reduced quite a lot of livestock, or actually we actually increase the livestock. But we also need to look at the ratio. Yeah. For example, like a few years ago, what is the percentage of the foods you intake is the livestock? How much percentage of the food you intake is the plant food? Yeah. So yeah.
Personally, right?
Mm.
I think maybe it's increased, but not a lot. In the meat, animal-based food increase.
Mm. Yeah. And to me, first personally, I also think for my case is increased. Yeah, this is increased. And
Do you think it is because of the age? Like when you are younger, you eat less meat. When you are become adult, and you choose more meat, or what? Or is it because the trends of the world?
yeah, I think it could be many reasons. Yeah, this is also, yeah, I think I also kind of like too simply kind of like simplify the question. Yeah, because yeah, it's not that simple. It is not just about the demand supply, and then when people demand more meat, and then the supply will keep going up, something like that. Yeah, I think this is not simple. And then also one of the thing I think is about the commercialized uh, growing the animal. Yeah. And okay, firstly, I don't think it is good for environment if you commercialize the animal growing. Yeah. So just like, for example, the McDonald grow his own chicken, and then a lot of like the food manufacturer, they also grow their own food. Poultries, maybe the cow, yeah, they
Yeah.
grow their own beef. Yeah. And yeah, so this kind of commercialize the meat, uh the, the meat and also the food industry, I think it's not good for environment. Okay, but how about if you let it be nature? If you let it be nature, and then the animal quantity may increase, may decrease according to the environment. They need to adapt. They need to adapt the environment. They need to adapt nature. And you don't need to control. And try to imagine, we if we don't have human, if don't have human, we just as an observer, observe this planet, and it can work pretty well. Yeah, this is a sustainable structure. Yeah, the predator will die. Yeah, and then the lower food chain is not going away. You got so many grasses. Yeah, unless the climate change, unless the extreme climate change, all the grasses die, all the suns the suns stop shining, and then every living thing on the planet will die. But if for that case, if human involved, human also couldn't do anything. Human is too small. Yeah. Maybe we can keep our own survival because we have the technology. But how about
but
the
those
food?
mostly appear in movies only.
Yeah. And also only a small quantity of human can survive. Not all, not many. Yeah. So this is how I see the thing. Is human consume too much energy, just like the predator. And then we are too smart. We are not like the lion. Just follow the DNA code. We can change our life. We can think. We can act. We have technology. We can plan. We can manage. Yeah, and just like something you mentioned in a previous video, which is humans quantity keep increasing. Okay, no matter what happens, no matter what happens, the human population is still trending up, even though it's very slow, at a very slow rate. But unlike those animals, unlike those plants, yeah, human actually take more energy. Okay, and also humans quantity, the population keep increasing, and then everyone need to eat, and also human live so longer, and our age can keep increasing. Now maybe the maximum is 100. Maybe in the next decade or in the next 2 decades we can increase to 150. Yeah, so if you consider all of this, if you consider the time of humans, of every individual human on the planet, actually it's not just simply about the population chart. It's also about our technology, about our health, about our healthcare. We live longer. Yeah. So maybe the population's rate didn't increase much, but our life expectancies increase a lot. So that means we consume more and more and more energy. And what is our feedback to the planet? Yeah. So this is how I see the thing. Yeah. So yeah. So when humans say they want to greener the planets again, but they don't know actually it's their problem. You are the problem, and then you say you want to solve a problem. Yeah.
And actually, I feel like with this population, if we put humans into the food chain, and I think it is kind of like very strange. It is already imbalanced, very obvious. You can see the number of humans so much, and and also human because we are too smart, and basically we don't care about how other type of animals survival. We just care about whether we have got enough food, and if those animals are kind of like useless, then uh, we we actually don't do anything, or maybe we kill them. Yeah, we want to destroy them.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah,
Then
yeah, you go ahead first.
yeah, the whole ecosystem is not the same anymore. We couldn't like think it is like the nature. It no, it will not restore for many things. It is just one side. It is like human kill animals, so we get the source of food, but we are
Mm.
not the source of food for other animals. And also we build a lot of factory farms, and then
Yeah.
that is so-called artificial ecosystem to me, which
Mm.
is like we produce the food source for ourselves.
Mm.
And yeah, this is some kind called a human ecosystem. Yeah, I think, but it has got a lot of problems because it go against the nature. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. And so for the first one, is eating less meat really a solution? I don't think so, because the problem is too big. The problem is about human civilization. Yeah, this is a consequence. This is a ramification of human civilization. So you can't really solve it. Yeah, you can do it well, but you couldn't reverse. You really difficult. It's very difficult. Yeah, and also there are so much things is out of human control. For example, the climate change. Yeah, if the sun's temperature increase, how can human deal with it? Yeah,
Mm,
so we are just like a tiny sand. Yeah,
mm,
we are just like the sand in the planet, in the solar system, in the galaxy. Yeah, and yeah, uh, uh, yeah, our I think what I want to say is our mass is so little compared to the planet, but we can create so much change to the planet. Yeah.
yeah.
So they must the balance. Yeah, they must have some imbalance here. Mm, yeah. And but does it mean that we need to remove all our human civilization and go back to the nature, or we need to cut down the human population in order to stop the climate change, in order to stop all of these things? Yeah, we need to shut down all the factory. Yeah, so we don't pollute the air, don't pollute the water. We make the planet better. Is this a solution? Yeah, I also don't think so. Mm, yeah. Uh, but I think uh, hopefully, hopefully, as humans become more civilized, now we actually the exponential growth rate of renewable energy is start trending up. Yeah, maybe you see 10 years ago, solar, many people promote solar, but how about the cost of a solar? The solar energy is very expensive. But compare now, the solar energy is become the cheapest one, but still it is not reliable. Yeah, it's not reliable because sometimes sun didn't shine. Yeah, sometimes rain, and sometimes the weather change. Don't have enough sunlight, and you couldn't collect enough the sunlight to charge your battery. Yeah, there's a lot of problem. Yeah, but how about future? Yeah, how about future? So it's very interesting. You see, if all of our, let's say, if all of our energy become renewable energy, like the solar and also plus maybe nuclear. Yeah, and and also plus AI. Yeah, AI may able to control all of that thing. maybe nowadays it seems like very difficult because the AI nowadays is not smart than human. But how about in future?
Mm.
So yeah, so this is a trend, the trend of the human civilization, and we also concern our survival, and because we can think longer terms, we can think very very long futures, and then we can already foresee something bad will happen if we keep continuing doing this thing. So we push renewable energy, and also at some point the business start to found that yeah, renewable energy is a good industry. Yeah, they can start like commercialize it. Mm. Yeah, and nowadays solar if you want to sell the solar panel, it is a little bit difficult to commercialize. But how about in future? Maybe the fossil fuel price increase. Yeah, and once you replace the solar panel and energy is almost free, the marginal cost of getting one additional kilowatt of energy is free. Yeah, you just need to produce a solar panel and plug it in your battery installed on your roof. So this is the massive improvement in productivity. And how about the transportation? How about the logistic? Yeah, the transportation of battery, solar panel may increase, but how about every other thing? Natural gas, the tank, yeah, the gas tank is very heavy. The oil, yeah, the petrol, all of these things is very heavy. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the first contribution to the climate change, to the environment, is about our humans activities. For example, the car, because the transportation we use the petrol, and then it will burn the fuel, and then output the carbon dioxide, and also like the carbon monoxide to the atmospheres. Yeah. So if we change to EV, this is also a trend. Yeah, all of this thing can be reduced a lot. Yeah. So this is a massive improvement actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and
So,
yeah, and this is how I think. So we don't need to go back to live in the forest. Yeah, maybe we just keep doing this thing, and when renewable energy become mature and mature, when EV become more and more replacing the traditional cars, yeah, and we can contribute. Maybe we couldn't contribute, but we can reduce the harm to the planet. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Actually, I also think technology is maybe one of the most feasible solution for the whole problem in human in this world. Let's say for food supply, yeah, I think technology can also help in the future, like maybe creating more food, either is artificial one or those so-called natural one. Yeah, we have the hydroponics, for example, right?
And also when the energy become free, and you can do so much thing, you know, you can start you can start planning even though the sun didn't shine.
Yeah.
Because maybe you can heat you can heat your room, you can heat you can heat you can you can adjust the temperature, you can adjust temperature in indoor, and then you can grow the plants. Yeah, of course, maybe when you adjust the temperature, and then it also will release the greenhouse gas. Yeah, it also may hurt the planet, but something we know that there's some cost and benefit. Yeah, so that if you can't find that something is the benefit is better than the cost, for example, when you grow more plants, and then because maybe you just need to boost up the initial state, which is maybe if you plant at outdoor, you need maybe you need like 3 weeks, but if you plant in indoor, maybe you just need 1 week. So you shorten the amount of time to allow the plant grow. And then after 1 week, and then you put the plant onto outdoor, and then they can take care by themselves. Yeah, so if you keep doing like this, maybe you can really bring the planet again. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. So what it means here is even though we consume more meat, this technology, this trend will not stop. Yeah. If there is needed, they will have business arise. They will come out the solutions because they can profit from it. Yeah.
Yep. For here, I think economics is a very key factor here, right? It is in our life, everyday life, and it has the biggest influence, I think.
Yeah, and also talk about the land. Yeah. Most of the agricultural land you couldn't plant the crop, and if you try to plant the crop on the land, if you try to plant the crop on the land, and then first you destroy the quality of the soil, and then you take a very big piece of land, and then you couldn't use any beside the planning, no any other use case can be for that piece of land. But how about the animal grazing on the piece of land? You can build a house on top of it. Yeah, right. And you don't take, and a house don't take much place, and so you still can do something on the land. You still can plant on the land. Yeah, maybe you use hydroponic, maybe you use the vertical planting, and you can collect the poop from the animal, and then fertilize your hydroponic plants. It also so at the same time you increase the quantity of your crops, you increase the productivity, and at the same time you didn't hurt the planet. You didn't, because of you want to grow the crops, you destroy the whole forest. Yeah, and then how much time we need to rebuild a forest? The answer is very, very simple, but how much time we need to rebuild a whole forest? Yeah, even for human, how much time we need to do, how much time we need to spend in order to restore a forest? Yeah, it is much difficult. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when this is much difficult, maybe you need to think about the cost and benefits. Maybe there's a lot of uncertainty. Maybe initially you think that, oh, the benefit is outweigh the cost, but what if there's some uncertainty about the cost component? What if there's some uncertainty about your benefit component? You couldn't restore it. You couldn't restore the forest. You couldn't change it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and sorry.
Yeah, you go ahead. I finished my sentence.
Oh, yeah, I think just now at the beginning you say eating less meat may not will not help to save the planet, and eating more of meat is a question mark, right? So
yeah, and may increase that. To me, I believe, I totally agree. If you're eating more meat, and then you commercialize this meat industry more, and it will make it worse. It definitely will make it worse. And then, but it also same. If you don't increase the consumption of the meat, you increase consumption of the plant foods. Would it also make it worse? And what's the trade-off? What's the net? What's the net negative? What's the net impact?
Yes. Yeah, this is also what I want to say, which is like we don't know whether increase or reduce the meat consumption will be better, but they must have a kind of like the best balance, right? The trade-off between meat and plant-based food.
Yeah, but
Yep.
I think
Very difficult
human.
to
Yeah,
calculate.
I think the humans couldn't find a balance. You need to let the nature find a balance. We keep controlling all of these things, but it seems like it just make it worse.
But there is no way go back, right? Because the human population is already so big. So, like I said, human actually create our own ecosystem, like building the farm, factories, to ensure that we have consistent and enough food supply.
Yeah.
If going back, I think it won't work. It just won't work. Just like
Yeah.
if you for a plant to grow mature enough for us to eat, then maybe we can't wait. We need some artificial human interaction to make the plants grow maybe bigger, grow faster, and the same for animals. Right?
Yeah, I totally agree. And so the point here I want to say is, we couldn't really control about the climate. We couldn't really do much on changing that. Yeah, maybe we make it worse, but I think the fundamental reason is because of human population. It's because of the life expectancy increase. And are you going to do something on that? You are not going to do something on that. Yeah. So that's you keep debating. You want to save the planet, but you didn't look at the fundamental reason. Why? Who is causing all this problem?
Yeah, I think maybe it's more suitable to say to save human, not save planet.
Yeah, we want to save the human. And yeah, and because technology is keep improving, we got more and more methods. And also I think we focus too much on the plant, but we seldom push attention on the meat, right?
Yeah.
How can we grow the animal more efficiently? How can we double the production? Yeah, all these things is kind of like very less funding into this research, very less people concerned about this. And also, okay, one question is, if let's say we don't use traditional method to grow the animal, like put all the animal under a house and then grow it in house, so growing grow them in the cave, and then we let it run. We let them run outdoor. We let them at the cow they can eat the grass. Yeah, they can eat the grass. They can graze. Yeah, if we do all these things, do you think by shipping all these things, yeah, we really we couldn't feed all of the population with our current technology?
Yeah, I think at the moment we actually can generate enough food supply, right?
Yeah,
So in that case, I think I believe it still can, and even if our population increase like another 20 to 50%, I believe uh, if we don't say they have some other diseases or some other factors, outside factors, I think no problem. Yeah, because
yeah,
economics, and then they will supply, they will feed the demand.
yeah, and also crop will also affect by the disease, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, one data I can give you to kind of like have a mindset. The Do you know okay, let's say for one person, you want to one cow, how many days of meal? Let's say you eat a cow every day. Let's say you eat the beef every day. You only eat beef. Let's say make it simple, and then how many days would take in order to fully consume a whole cow meat?
For one person,
Yeah, one person.
whole cow. 2 weeks.
6 months to 12 months. One cow.
So much.
Yeah, so much. It's really much. You can search, and let's say, and this is when you only eat beef, you know.
Yeah.
And
In this
if
way.
you if let's say you eat a portion of a beef, you eat a portion of a meat every day or every meal, yeah, and you also eat other foods, 1 year, yeah, one
Wow.
year you need to you need to spend 1 year in order to consume all meat on the cow. Yeah, 1 year, you know. How about the plants? If you want to grow a, a quantity in order to feed you 1 year, how much you need?
Yeah, it must be a
Mm,
lot.
yeah, and also because meat is nutrition dense, and you eat the meat, you will be full. But
Yeah.
if you eat the crops, if you eat the veggie, you will feel you will feel hungry very fast.
Mm.
Yeah. So this is yeah, this is also mentioned in this video. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, and I think yeah. Initially, I also think that yeah, maybe a cow, maybe at most we only we need to like uh can only feed a few people. Yeah. Can if you can only feed you like 1 week or maybe like 2 weeks or 1 month. Yeah. But I think I'm wrong. Okay. Another data is how many years you need to grow a cow, to grow a cattle,
Mm.
to become mature, to
From a baby,
become
right?
yeah from baby to very big,
Mm.
from very big, they allowed to feed you 1 year. How
Wow.
many years you need?
Let me guess. I think 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, it's something like that. is around 2 to 3 years or 3 to 4 years. But it doesn't matter, right? It actually doesn't matter because we didn't grow one cow only. We can grow many. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and also, the last thing I want to mention here is about the food waste. In your opinion, do you think which one is more easier to store? I mean, animal foods or plant foods?
I think with the current technology, maybe it's the meat because meat we can like put them into the freezer.
Yeah, frozen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also one thing, do you know how many days or how many months a frozen meat can last?
Frozen meat, I think, last at least it can last for I think close to a year.
Yeah, it's around 1 year. Yeah, it could be 1 to 2 years. Yeah. Depend on the period whether you got like the defrost them. Yeah. So if you defrost them and then freeze it again, it will reduce the quantity. So it will reduce the quality. And if you keep frozen, if you keep put them in the freezer, and then you can try to see the frozen meat in the supermarket. They didn't put the preservation. They didn't put any like artificial preservation to try to keep maybe the chicken or the beef longer. You see you try to see the expiry date. This is much longer than you think. Maybe 1 year or 2 years. Yeah, but how about a plant? How much time we can maximally keep them, even though we couldn't put the plant food in the freezer, right?
Yep, but we may do something like dry them out.
Yeah, we dry them out.
Yeah, but not everyone can be done using this method.
And yeah, how about the nutrition? How about nutrition loss? Right? The nutrition didn't lose much. Didn't lose much when you frozen the meat, but nutrition lose a lot if you try to dehydrate it, because all of the water soluble vitamins vitamin will just go away, and also some of the mineral will just also go away with the water. Only very little portion still keep in the powder or still keep in the veggie, the dry veggie. Yeah. And yeah, if from nutrition point of view, yeah, of course you can dry the veggie, you can do whatever things, you can make a powder also can. But how about nutrition? And then if you compare the nutrition and compare the portion you need to take, yeah, and you found it is kind of like maybe not worth. Yeah, you use so many technology. Yeah, you try, and also this technology is not feasible for everyone. Yeah, but you use so high tech technology, but you still couldn't keep the nutrition.
Yes. Yeah, and most importantly, this is not the way that we keep plant-based food, right? Let's say for meat, we can we already using this one, right? In the let's say in the supermarket, they freeze the meat and then they sell it when you want. Maybe they can take out, they can keep enough supply for that. But for food, which is plant-based, they just don't make it like dehydrate and then want to buy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and also one of the thing is, how about the food waste? Yeah, I believe the
waste.
plant. And I know that I know that the supermarket or maybe the grocery store, they throw away so much veggie every day, every week. Yeah. If you have met some friends work in the supermarket or work in the grocery store, you can ask them. I don't have. Yeah, but I see some video. One of the video is is from the it's from a person. I forget his name. Okay, and this is this is from a Monday video, and he grow his food, and then he grow his food for himself, and then he survived for a year, and then he live off grid. Yeah, this is I think this video is you shared to us. Yeah, I think this is a green field. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something called a rock green field, or yeah, or the name is something like that. Yeah. And when he travel, he go to a supermarket and collect the waste foods, collect the throw veggie. Yeah, they eat them. And they say there's so much, yeah, tons and tons of the veggie. People don't want to buy because a little bit rotten. Yeah, some of the part have been rotten, so consumer don't want to buy, and then supermarket just throw it.
Yep.
And you can see, how about the meat? Will supermarket throw it? If the expiry date can up to 1 year, 2 years, they just need to put in the freezer. And even though the electricity shut down for 24 hours, 48 hours, it doesn't matter, because the freezer inside got so many crystallized meats. They can, all of them, when you put all of them together, they can capture the temperature quite well. Yeah. Each of them contribute.
Right.
Yeah, this is similar, like all of them is just ice. Yeah. So if you compare this, how about the food waste? And if you go back to what we say just now, if you grow tons and tons of crop by removing all the forest, all the jungle, replace them to the crop, and then you still experience the food waste. How about the convert rate? Yeah, of course you can grow a lot of crops. How about how about the actual amount of food? How about the actual quantity of food to that go into the consumer mouth? Yeah, maybe only left 50% or 70% or 30% or 40%. Who knows? But how about the meat? I believe the percentage is higher.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is all the thing is in my mind. Yeah. Do you have anything want to add in?
Yeah, last before end, I think even though this video gives me some counterintuitive uh, of statements, yeah, and also some concepts, and most of them I couldn't agree them more. But also, I think for my limited knowledge, I think I also need to stay uh, skeptical. Yeah, I also need to stay skeptical because for this video, we have got the is it the professor or doctor in this field? Yeah, but he is just one guy, right? He is kind of like defending the meat and not being the middleman. I think maybe we have got some others information which was not uh bring out. Yeah, and then maybe they have also some debate here. Yeah, and also yeah, this is the first one I want to say, and second is I think for a non-expert, yeah, like me, and we are easily misleading, misled by some statistic figure. Yeah, this is kind of like inevitable because we couldn't know, we don't know so much. So if they just try to show a little bit of the information, not the whole part, then they're not saying wrongly, but it just like zoom in a particular part of information, and yeah, I think it is misleading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally agree, and we need to listen to both party.
Mm.
Yeah, and also, but it didn't change. It didn't change the concept of this video. Eating less meat will not save the planet. Yeah, it is too simplified. It is too simply. Yeah, it is kind of like the simplification of a very, very big problem.
Mm.
Eating less meat will not save the planet.
Mm. Yeah,
Do
and
you
also,
agree? Yeah, first thing, do you agree with this?
yes, I agree.
Yeah. Jason,
Yeah.
what you want to say?
What I want to say is also something related to our reading session. Eat to Beat Disease. We also have a lot of research information, statistics, right? So, being a non-expert, so I think, like you said, sometimes they suggest this particular food is healthy, and but we actually don't know how much to take and how other factors. And if we don't take the same product that mentioned, yeah, we actually couldn't manage this well, right?
And also since you talk about the E2B disease, and I think yesterday I actually have watched a video. Okay, this is about the cocoa and maybe the dark chocolate contain how much flavanol. Now this is something we learned from last reading session. You know how much? And uh, if okay, if let's say the cocoa is like the is being produced or being like the being like dehydrated by using the Dutch methods. I don't know what is Dutch methods. Okay, and it contains zero flavanol. So you need to use the traditional way, or maybe some other like more complicated way of or more inconvenient way to dehydrate the cocoa powder, or maybe you need to eat the raw one. You need to get the fresh one. You need to try to get the unprocessed one, and then it contains the flavanol, and then around like 40 gram, 14 gram of the cocoa powder contain like 200 milligram of the flavanol. So it's not much. Yeah, but you need to get but you need to find the source. Yeah, and for normal like the dark chocolate, for example, 70% of the dark chocolate, you need around 35 gram of the chocolate in order to get 200 milligram of flavanol. And in this in the research we learn from the E2B disease, the book, and it is 375 milligrams. So that means you need to double it. So let's say if you want to eat the dark chocolate, you need to eat around 60 gram to 70 gram a day
Close
in
to
order
a
to
kg,
get what?
to a kg already, right?
No,
Seven.
not uh, 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 70 gram,
Oh, I'm
70
sorry.
gram.
70.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and it's not a lot, but it's also not little. Yeah, it's not little actually. And yeah, if you try to eat the milk chocolates, And then how much you need to eat? You need to eat around like, if I'm not wrong, is you need to eat around like 300 to 400 gram. 300 to 400 gram in order to get 200 milligram of flavanol. So that means if you want to eat like 400 milligram of flavanol from the milk chocolate, yeah, you need to eat around, yeah, almost a kg. Yeah, 70 to 80 gram of the chocolate. Yeah, you didn't eat so much right a day, but you need to eat so much chocolate. Yeah. Yeah, and the video is quite easy to be found, and you just need to type like the dark chocolate or the cocoa powder, and then you space and plus you put the flavanol. Okay, but it's also the same. You need to listen to the both sides. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So anything else on the in?
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's all for today's conversation. Okay. So see you tomorrow.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.